So you want to make TikTok videos. It looks like this. I got you. All right, so step one, you're gonna need a clip. We're gonna go on ahead and grab this clip right here. We're gonna go on ahead and left click, slide it over. And then you're gonna wanna grab your playhead here, and you're gonna slide it all the way over to the scene that you need it. I wanna bring it right before I bring the heartbeat out. I wanna hit Control B, hit left click on that mouse, and then delete. Then it's gonna shift it over by itself. Go to where exactly that you want it to end. This dude's in the tub. All right, that's where I want it right there. And then I'm gonna press Control B. I'm gonna hit left on my mouse, and then I'm gonna hit delete. All right, so now that you got your intro and your outro already clipped out, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna come up here to this part right here where the negative and then there's a plus. You're gonna wanna make this smaller just to give you more view. If you don't wanna do that, you can also press Control negative or Control plus, and they'll also shrink your timeline. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to my timeline, and then I'm going to go on ahead and right click, go to timeline, and then timeline settings. All right, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use project settings. Check that off. You're going to come down here to where you have to customize your own settings. You're going to go on ahead and delete that, and I'm going to use 720 by 1280. Okay. Bam. It changed my screen because that's how I have my whole hotkeys and everything right here. But check this out. All right, so now that we got that done, what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead and right click on the mouse pad, and we're going to come up to copy. Then you're going to want to paste, and then you're going to have a scene there, and then you're going to want to paste again. You're going to bring the first scene up, bam, and then you're going to grab this scene, and then you're going to stack it on top. All right, so now that you got all your clips stacked up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to this line right here and stretch this whole scene out, so you can actually see what you're doing. Now you're going to be using this mouse right here, or you can use the sidebar because it's a little friendlier sometimes. Now that you stretched out your scene, you're going to want to come down to your bottom clip, and you're going to want to go on ahead and click that right there. Okay, then you're going to go to transfer, and you're going to grab this little white dot here, and you're going to stretch it out as far as you can. You're going to want to scroll up one, or grab the slide bar right here, and then you're going to want to click on your second scene. Here's your second scene. You're going to stretch that out as much as you want it. Bam. You're going to need your camera. A lot of the TikTok videos,
I ain't got a gas
on the top of their video, you're going to want to go on ahead and highlight your top one. You click your arrow here, and then you go to crop. You bring your side in, bring your side in again, you bring your bottom in, and then you bring the top in. Go back to the little arrow right here, and then you're going to want to hit transform, and then you're going to stretch it out. It does this little weird thing with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this line in, and we're going to make it as thinner as we can. All right, we're going to bring our scene in. Now we're going to stretch it out right. I think that's good. Here comes the blur. Here comes the blur. Here comes the blur. All right, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to want to go back down to your bottom scene. This is how I do it. Go to effects, open effects, and then filters. A lot of people use Gaussian blur, but you can pretty much use anything in here. It looks good, trust me. I'm gonna grab my scene, and I'm gonna move it out just a little bit. I'm gonna highlight it, and then I think I'm gonna use the radio blur, and then I'm gonna drop it in. All right, so now that you dropped it in, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go over to effects, okay? I'm gonna move my camera out the way because, so now that you dropped your effect in, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna come over here to effects, and where it says smooth strengthen, you're gonna either make it stronger or make it a little bit weaker. I'm gonna put mine right there, then I'm gonna bring it back in. I do it like this because every time I go and drop an effect in, it throws the whole effect on, like on all my clips for some reason, and that's not what I want. I'm missing one more thing. If you guys have a logo or anything like that, you can go on ahead and import it in. That would be pretty dope. So I'm gonna go on ahead and do that. I'm gonna grab my logo in, and then I'm gonna import it. I'll move to the side. I'm gonna grab this right here. I'm gonna make it smaller so I can see what I'm doing. Then I'm gonna grab my logo, and then I'm gonna stack it on top of everything. My logo is just a picture. It's not animated or anything. I do animate them sometimes. I make them bounce around and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but we're not gonna do that right now. So now what we did is we went on ahead and stretched the logo out through the whole timeline. All right, so now what I did was I went on ahead and stretched my image out. It does have transparency. I did design this myself. I do that live on on Facebook every Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, 6:30 till, well, it would get tired. We're gonna go on ahead and highlight my logo, and I'm gonna come back here, and then I'm gonna hit transform. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna make this smaller because I don't want it to be all over the screen, and then bam. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go on ahead and bring this out. I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna make this a fusion composition. Actually, I'm gonna make me a new fusion composition. I'm gonna right click, and then where it says fusion composition, and then I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna grab my fusion composition. I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm gonna stretch this out the same length as this timeline right here. I'm gonna grab my clip, and then I'm gonna bring it up. That right there is gonna combine both of my fusion composition and my image. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to fusion. All right, so here's fusion. If you guys don't know what fusion is, I actually do how-to on fusions also. You just go on ahead and scroll down my timeline on TikTok, and you'll find one there. The background's right here. I'm gonna go on ahead and bring a background in, and then I'm gonna merge my two front points. This one right here is background 1 output, and this one right here is also a background 1 output. I'm gonna put 1 output into 1 output, and we're gonna bring this over here. If you notice, it changed the color. So I want my background to be a little colory. We're gonna go on ahead and bring this up right here for my color. So I'm gonna use purple. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to my alpha, and I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. I'm gonna go back to my edit page, and as you can see, the background's actually purple. Bring this back. So now that you slid everything back, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna come over here to this little spaceship thing right here. So now what you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to go on ahead and name this right here, and we're going to name this rubber. Okay, so now that you're done naming your file, you're going to go right here to browse, and you're going to pick the folder that you have already to put your clips. If you don't have a folder already made, just put it under TikTok clips or how to TikTok, or I don't know, whatever, pretty much whatever, rubber banana. I don't know, whatever you name your clip or whatever you name your file, go on ahead and drop it in the chat. If it's something funny, hey, we'll laugh about it all day. We're going to go on ahead and save this. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come down here, and you're going to want to put add to render queue. And then you're going to get a little window up here. Let me move my camera to the side right here and just throw it here for now. Okay. And then you're going to want to render all. And pretty much however long it takes, it'll take up to 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe it'll take 5 hours, depending how big your clip is. And then you're ready. All right. So if you guys like this video, go on ahead and give it a like. Drop a comment in the chat. Tell me what you think about it. If you got any questions, I will be live on Facebook Monday through Friday. And yeah, we out. All right, so if you guys like this video, man, I am live on God damn it.